Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video we have a very special guest. So for those of you who don't know, this is my husband, Mr. Trey.
Hey guys.
So guys, in this video we're gonna be talking about long distance relationship. We are not any experts, okay, but I think that we've been married for 2 years. So over the past couple of years, I think we've been doing a decent job of actually keeping our long distance relationship alive. So I thought it would be interesting to share it with you guys of how we go about that, what we do, the stuff that we do, to keep it interesting. If this video is something that you're interested in, keep on watching.
I personally think communication is of the utmost importance, you know what I mean, in maintaining our long distance relationship. And we're not always get it right, but you have to be persistent where communication is concerned. You know what I mean? I never stop working at it until you have it locked, you know what I mean? Because without communication, you basically have none.
And when we say communication, we don't mean like you have to keep it in mind that okay, it's long distance, so everything is exaggerated. It's totally different from when it's totally different from when you're in the same place, or say you date somebody but we don't live together yet or whatever. It is totally different. It is like a big gap between you guys. So when we say communication, we don't mean like a good morning message and then one phone call another day and then a good night message and then that's it for the entire day. That's not what we mean. When we say communication, we mean like real communication, finding ways to literally be a part of each other's life through the little device. Through this little teeny device. Literally, this is our life because this keep us together, I swear. So if phone mash up, you go buy a phone instantly because that's what keep the communication going. From we wake up straight back to slap bam to bed, we're on the phone. Well, especially before each of us started working, jobs that are like opposite, because now your job kind of opposite sometimes. When he's at work, I'm home. When I'm home, he's at work. But before that, and even though we have opposite jobs, we still make it work. We still communicate. You understand? Because that's all you're gonna feel like you're a part of the person's life, and that take the distance out of it, or make you feel like the distance out of it, if that makes sense.
Yes, I can personally remember, like, for over 1 year, we legit spoke 24 or at least 23 hours out of every day. We spent on the phone for over 1 year. I remember when we tell him mother that she couldn't even believe, because a lot of people think that's crazy.
A lot of people can't fathom that. Like,
I'm out in the streets and people think I'm talking to myself, but I'm on my phone. Yeah, it's that crazy. But you know what I mean, it's a work in progress, and in order to know your partner and build that bond, and as she said before, literally be a part of each other's everyday, you have to make those little sacrifices, you know what I mean?
yep. So, all right. I think the next thing that actually help us to get where we are today and still going is also how we find ways to entertain ourselves. Like So when I say and it still fall under communication because again we do it on the phone. So we find little ways to entertain ourselves. So like we watch movies together even though we're not in the same place. But how we set it up, it's like we're literally on a couch sitting beside each other even though we're not. And that
Yeah.
is just a way of to make it fun and exciting and keep it interesting. So he would like watch it on it would all right, both of us have Netflix, so look up movies that both of us have on Netflix because different countries sometimes
Give you
it,
different options.
yeah, different options. So probably the movie that I have he doesn't have, so we'll find movie that both of us have and then we're gonna watch it together. So we'll say, all right baby, ready. I'll put the movie at zero and say 1, 2, 3 play, so we both play it at the same time.
Yeah.
We both play it at the same time. I was sitting and watching and we discuss the movie as if we're sitting in the same place on the same couch eating popcorn and drinking juice, and it just make it so interesting and you don't remember saying him not there beside you or she not there beside you. It's just like that interesting. I want to discuss the movie are going because both of your movies are on the same time. So that's just one way what we do like to keep it interesting when it comes to entertainment.
And also before that we used to look up movies just the same and probably come up with 2 or 3 options and then pick one. And I can remember you would put your phone on a tripod and line it up with the TV screen, and that would be our little movie night. So you would line up your phone with the TV screen, play the movie, and I'd be watching it on my phone, like I'm right there. You know what I mean? So it's little stuff like those that you gotta find ways. You gotta be creative. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It takes creativity.
Because long distance relationship, for the most part, they're not easy. But if you
It
both,
definitely not easy because you get the hell on my nerves sometimes. That's for sure. You don't know what I mean?
see, I'm telling the camera, so you get on my nerves too. You get on my nerves too, of course.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, I mean, like I was saying, when 2 people know what they want, then you find ways, you know what I mean?
To make it
find
work.
ways to make it work, and it has been a blessing, and it will forever be a blessing because I personally think if it takes 100 years, then I won't always be there, you know what I mean? Because personally, I can remember how we met, and that's another story for another time, but
Yeah.
that wasn't coincidence, it was no accident or whatever, I just feel like
Was
I was
meant to be.
supposed to be
Yeah.
there at that time, at that point in time, just for that reason, you know what I mean? So you just gotta keep working through it, you know what I mean? We have our ups, our downs, but at the end of the day, we respect each other. We've worked so hard to build what we have, and we ain't don't let nothing or no one come between that, you know what I mean? So just gonna continue working on pushing. And another thing that I think is very important in a long distance relationship is trust. And that's a touchy topic.
That's a very touchy topic.
And that's a touchy topic because without trust, this thing here it's dead. Like in reality, realistically, without trust, you got nothing. You know what I mean? And my wife here, I think I don't trust her at times, but
That's what I was about to say. We definitely have trust issues that we've worked through, that are still working through. But like that's just relationship, you know. There's always gonna be something where nothing is gonna be perfect. You're always gonna have something that you're working through. You're always gonna have something that you'll have to keep at to make it work. You understand? So, as I say, it's a touchy
I don't
topic.
think it's a touchy topic. You know.
You just say that.
I trust her. She just don't think I trust her. So that's where the touchiness comes in. But at the end of the day, if we didn't trust each other, then
We wouldn't
we
hear some.
wouldn't be here in the first place. You know what I mean? There would be no Mr. and Mrs. Bennett. It would just be two strangers. You know what I mean? So I don't think the issues that she's talking about is really trust. It's more of fear than trust. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I'm not so good at saying out loud what's going on the inside. So maybe she translate that into trust. But for me, it is fear than trust, and not a trust thing. It's just fear. You know what I mean? Because when you think about having a gorgeous woman like my wife here being 1,500 miles away from you on a daily basis, you know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure,
1,500 miles.
well,
Yeah, be specific, though.
I mean, not be specific, but I mean, let's just say for argument's sake, 1,500 miles. And, you know, on a daily basis, you're on the road. I mean, I'm pretty sure at least 5 or 6 guy must have hit at you, or, you know what I mean? I'm not there in person, so sometimes it can be a challenge where, you know, that's concern, and you'll probably be like, you know, forget me for a second and be like, give somebody else a time with it. I know the woman I have, and she call it jealousy, but even the Bible says to be jealous of good things. So if that's what you call it, then that's what it is. But you know what I mean? I know the woman I have, and listen to me, diamonds ain't easy to find. You know what I mean? Diamonds ain't easy to find, and when you find such rare and precious gem, you have to protect it at all costs. So it is not a case of, as you say, just being jealous for no reason. I'm jealous for a good reason, a specific reason. So I don't know. You love my woman. Me love my woman.
No,
So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Call it what you want. You know what I mean?
I love you too,
But yeah.
Next thing that keep it going is intimacy. So I can't tell you what to do in your relationship, but I can tell you what I did. So this girl, I go out and buy my little lingerie them, put on my little sexy something them, and of course I made that on video call, you know, make it interesting and make it stimulating and all of that. I mean, I'll go into details because y'all know already. Exactly. Y'all know already, you know, what's that about, you know? So yeah, but where that is concerned, you still have to keep that going, make it interesting, you know. Do it, just, do your partner like where that is concerned. And what do you have to say about that?
I mean, I'll agree 100% on that. You know what I mean? It is important. You know, every little bit adds up.
If you're not show him, somebody else will.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that.
But
You know what I mean? But okay, I wouldn't necessarily say that still. But you know, it is important to have intimacy in your relationship, you know what I mean? And you still gotta try and spice things up even though you're not there in person. You know, there are other ways you can, as she said, you can FaceTime, you can take nice pictures and send each other. There are a variety of stuff. She got this very interesting game. I'm very much interested in this. I saw some.
That is like guys. The game is like an intimacy card game. So what it does is, it lets you ask your partner questions that probably you wouldn't think of. It's like a deeper connection. Yeah. Getting to know your partner more. So we haven't played it yet. We're about to, or we hope to soon, and. He's very interested in it, so am I, because it's, as I said, it's just some deep questions that you probably wouldn't ask on your own, and it is just good to know for you to strengthen your relationship and, make the bond stronger, and so that you know each other even more. So that's what that is. I'll leave a link for it in the description box, because of course I bought it on Amazon. Okay, so guys, the next thing that we do, to make sure that our relationship keep going is, even though it's a long distance relationship, we try our best to come together in person as often as possible. There's been times where it's been over 2 years since we didn't see each other, and we vowed to each other that should never ever ever happen again. And now we've been doing so well where that is concerned, because now it is just literally months, and no, we're working on it where it stays that way. So at least every couple of months we should be within each other's presence.
I agree. I mean, I think closing that gap is very important, you know what I mean? It's
when possible.
I mean, it's always possible, you know what I mean? And don't ever think it's not possible, because you have to work as a team, and when you work as a team, then everything is possible.
Which is
you know what I mean? So you there are many different ways that you can come together and go about it. Say, hey, I'm gonna find half of your fare, or I'm gonna find a fare and you find pocket money, or whatever it is. There are different ways. You just gotta strategize and come together. Don't be afraid to talk to your partner about stuff, you know what I mean? If you guys intend on lasting forever and strengthening what you have, then it's important to be open about stuff, you know what I mean? Financial wise and otherwise.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
That also that's an interesting point that he just hit on, financial wise, because a lot of people, when you're in a relationship, you have to like come together as one, where especially financial is concerned, because the statistics says that 90% or 95% of divorce happens because of finances. So you just have to be open and honest about your finances. No secret, no hide and seek stuff.
And don't take too much advice from social media and all these.
Don't take no advice from social media.
And all these single people that's on social media talking crap all day. You know what I mean? A lot of them people are single.
Exactly.
And it's facts, you
And
know
a
what I mean?
post, yeah, they're just posing.
Yeah, I mean, don't believe in this generation of stupidity, you know, where they believe everything comes down to money. You
Yeah,
know what I
like
mean?
I,
And
I
these,
see I see this trend going around where everybody wants to be a feminist, and they're saying, "Oh, I don't need no man or whatever." So it's like they're trying to do away with men, where like everything is so accessible online. So they say, "Oh, I don't want no kids, I don't want no man or whatever," and then they realize that they're 60 and they're single and then they're miserable, they're not happy, but they call themselves a feminist and they're trying to project it on other people. And that's just the internet, okay? So don't
crazy.
fall in that trap.
I mean, you see these little girls out here talking about they ain't gonna date a man that's making less than them and all this crap.
Yeah, exactly. When you find true love, it doesn't matter what the person is
Listen, man.
making. As long as I personally believe, as long as the person have ambition, I don't want nobody that doesn't want to work or have no interest in elevating themselves. That totally different. But if you meet somebody and they're ambitious, they have a plan, a goal for their future, that can work with. You understand? That can work with. So you work together and build on a life. You don't have to meet somebody who are rich or well off or whatever. You can get rich with the person that you met.
Exactly. You be a part of the process, you know.
Exactly.
I mean, it's nothing is wrong with that. Everybody just want to be in the glory, but nobody want to be there in that process.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I personally, we've been through a lot, and me swear upon my life, not a woman can eat my money, huh? And what? I ain't gonna be stupid, and I won't have to care about that neither, you know what I mean? That's just facts. Like, we've been through the hard times, so we are going to enjoy glory just the same, you know what I mean? Like, I don't believe in a lot of them social media crap. That's we gonna have a little story time about, you know, how we meet. I mean, I think that's gonna be pretty interesting, because
But it is interesting.
my version of events is interesting. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah. So anyways, guys, this video is already probably over 20 minutes just sitting here talking with you guys. But if you have any question, leave them in the comment. And I just want to say thank you guys for watching. And as I say, if you're new here, I would love to have you support that subscribe button and hit the bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Bye guys.
Thank you for watching.